I'm Madhu Sharma and this is Design Mind. Every episode we teach your mind about design by analysing a website. In this episode of Design Mind, we are looking at Bellbros. It is a portfolio site that has several clever ideas. In general, a portfolio site will have two goals. The first is to stand out and convey a unique selling benefit. A potential client will look at several portfolios in one go, so if a site does not stand out, it will be quickly ignored. The second goal is to promote the designer behind the site. On a portfolio site, it's not just the service of a web designer that is on sale. A potential client is investing in the designer as much as in their services, so the site should convey this persona. As we will see, Bellbros does a good job in achieving both these goals. Let's start by analysing the front page. The opening image creates an excellent hook of intrigue. Here, we have a single person wearing two very different outfits. But then it says bros, which is normally short for brothers, so the text doesn't seem to relate to the image. As mentioned, prospective clients look at several portfolio websites, so using a hook of intrigue in this fashion certainly helps the site to stand out. Scroll down and the mystery becomes all clear. The person we are seeing is not a single man, but twins. If you look very carefully, you can see that the brothers blink. This is a great little touch, as it's almost as if they are alive on the page. This area also contains this About section. It's a conversation between the two brothers. I'll read a bit of it. Hi, we are the Bell Brothers, an award-winning independent game and design studio based in South Jersey. You should mention that we're twins. Good point, and we watch an unhealthy amount of TV. I really love this conversation between the brothers, as it helps to establish a voice for the designers, and so partly fulfills one of the goals that we discussed earlier. Underneath is this Our Work section, which provides an at-a-glance overview of all the brothers' projects. The famous brands such as SpongeBob SquarePants and Big Bang Theory instantly establishes their credibility. Hovering over the tiles uses this zoom effect. Given that their portfolio has such famous brands, it would be nice if they could have been a bit more creative with the hover, as this zoom effect has become quite common on the web. The blog section comes next, which is titled Notes. The use of these small icons is a clever idea, as it draws attention to the stories without over-dominating the page. Generally, a blog is a good way for designers to showcase their knowledge, and so portfolio sites often use them to discuss the more technical aspects of web design. The Bellbros take an unusual approach by using anecdotes from everyday life topics, such as getting old and learning to type. This is probably better than your typical technical-focused blog, as it subtly suggests that the brothers have a great deal of life experience and so may be more skilled at connecting with audiences. At the bottom is this footer that nicely rounds off the page. The photo contains images of the brothers, together with taglines about their height, and so helps to set a humorous tone. This page does have a few weaknesses. The first is the background. It contains this vague image of pine trees, and it's not really clear what they relate to, making it seem random and pointless. The next problem is the colour scheme. It seems very drab and muted, and so does little to create engagement. A final problem is the bored expression of the brothers. The combination of these weak elements run the risk of creating a negative atmosphere. This atmosphere in turn creates the sense that the brothers don't really care about their work, and it's just a job for them, which is a shame because they really have put a lot of work into the design of this site. Let's look at the case study pages. The case study pages begin with this large, eye-catching banner. The rest of the page is fairly straightforward, containing an introduction area, together with images from the project. Let's read a bit of the copy from the introduction. Back when I was younger, the Flintstones were the go-to source for fooling kids into eating vitamins. But now SpongeBob SquarePants is carrying that torch. And what does every kid-focused product need? That's right, a website. Again, this text is a bit of a problem, as it sounds like the brothers are quite cynical of the project. This only strengthens the disinterested feeling that we discussed earlier. Thankfully, the rest of the text is much better, as it explains the thinking behind the creative decisions. This in turn shows that the brothers understand how to create good user experience. Let's analyse the navigation. The navigation consists of this relatively simple left-aligned bar. The Bell Brothers title stands out thanks to the bold font and the logo. However, the logo is quite small, so it's quite hard to tell what it's supposed to be. Given that this is only a one-page site, the navigation might seem a bit unnecessary, although it does help to give an at-a-glance overview of the page. Let's analyse the site on mobile. Pleasingly, the mobile version retains many of the visual effects of the desktop version. The main difference is that everything is scaled down. The work and blog sections contain a smaller number of articles. They make use of a separate page that contains the full list. This is a good way of reducing the amount of scrolling. In conclusion, the Bell Bros site has a few problems, particularly when it comes to establishing an appropriate atmosphere and tone. However, it has an excellent selection of design touches that allow it to stand out and convey the personality of the designers. That's it for this episode of Design Mind. A new episode is released every Monday and Thursday. Find us on the web at www.designmind.info. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/designmindinfo. You can also find us on iTunes. We'd love it if you could leave us a review at any of these places. Until next time, happy designing!